welcome everybody. I just have to say I'm really delighted that you guys decided to come in and actually join me today. This is a kind of an exciting time for me, and I'm just happy that you guys are interested enough, supportive enough, curious enough to be a part of the next chapter of 3.0. I know you guys are calling in and tuning in from different places around the world, which really lights up my heart. We got in Canada, in Alberta, from my hometown area, Deanna. We also have our very own country manager from New Zealand. We have Annalise from Melbourne, New South Wales, Victoria border. We've got people from Queensland. And so it's quite exciting to see a few of you guys on here. And I know lots of people have asked for the recording due to the time that I've chosen. And FYI, I chose this time because we are going across a couple of continents. I just knew it was in the best interest to be able to do it this time, so I can capture those on the East Coast at 8 p.m. at night, and those on the West Coast of Australia at I think 8 a.m. in the morning. So I thank you for taking the time. Really, I guess the purpose of this call is to really share that I'm really ready to take my place. I'm here to take my place in a movement of wellness warriors and lead a team of its own. Those of you that know me, I'm quite passionate. I like to call myself a pain mentor to help people get out of physical pain and financial pain, and help people really become what I call a high vibing human. I am passionate about, energy, and I'm passionate about feeling your best. And so I've just kind of created the philosophy around being a high vibe human and helping families, just really tap into their personal best, 100% best. And that is what really excites me. And so that's why I'm here to share that, as well as I know lots of things are going on in the world. And so I'm quite passionate about the things that are happening around us. And I just really feel I have a voice. I'm really solid. I know my values, and I just really want to share that. And for those of you that are in line with my voice and my values and my vision, I have a place for you. And that place can be whether it is to watch what I'm doing, to do what I'm doing, or just whatever, wonder what heck is going on, and that's okay too. But this chapter is really not just about me, it's about yours too. And I know that some of you out there may even be feeling the nudge for more purpose, maybe even more freedom, and maybe just things aren't aligning with you right now, and it doesn't feel right, but you just know there's something there. Who knows? Maybe this is a sign for you that you have been waiting for. And so I'm going to share a little bit of my story with those of you. It's been a long time, really, since I've shared my story. But the reason why I feel the need to share this is because this video will be live or recorded and shared on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel called Fighting for Better Health. I was able to start that a few years ago when I got to be a part of the Longevity corporate family. And so a lot of that content is me doing interviews on many testimonies, many tips and training on better health and fighting for better health. So if you actually, those of you that are live here, the link on top, it says Fighting for Better Health. If you actually click that, it'll actually take you to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, and then you definitely get notified when I interview and share content on that page. And so telling you a little bit about my story, and I share it in kind of three parts, hence why I'm calling this the 3.0. Because for 23 years, I actually was in the field. I was a single mom on social assistance, and somebody introduced me into this industry. And just because I really didn't want to put my daughter in daycare, and I was a fully licensed hairdresser, I was training to be a certified commercial pilot. My dream was to be in the RCMP, which is the police force in Canada. And I wanted to come with management skills, as well as having a skill that nobody else had, being a pilot, as well as, I just was dreaming big on what could be the highest income earner in the police industry. And well, that was the pilots. But when I had my daughter, funny enough, I just knew I never wanted to go back and couldn't imagine myself not being a mom first. And so I did look at explore opportunities. So, and that's interesting because I was in the workforce for 9 years before I had started with Party Light, with the first company that I was, actually I started with Tupperware and I did 6 months. That was a good introduction, but then I went with Party Light. But what I'm trying to share is the freedom and the flexibility was my number one value back then. And being a mom first and working around that, but also having an unlimited income opportunity. And so I was really blessed. The compensation plan and the company I got to work with, I was able to earn a 6-figure income my first full year of business. And that was me being 25 years old. So coming from a single mom and, shackles of poverty, being raised by a single mom and with my grandmother, you can imagine the difference it made. And so I really made a clear path of my vision. And so I had the opportunity not only start with it in Canada for over 8 years, but I also got to be a part of opening and developing it here in Australia when I realized my passion is Australia. And I got to come and live in Australia with my 4 children and my family. And so it gave me a lot and I loved it. But then my passions changed, and it wasn't about just decorating in that sense and candles, but it really changed around health and nutrition. And that happened around when I was 30. So even though I was still with Party Light for almost 15 more years, I was quite passionate about health and nutrition. So when I did go off with Party Light and said, okay, what am I going to do now that I'm all grown up? I did that by desperation. I started in the industry because I was desperate for an income. I was desperate to be a mom. I was desperate to get off social assistance. So now when I came into my second chapter, I was now finished with Young Party Light. I was like, okay, what am I going to do that I'm all grown up? And I always kind of explored a few different things. I even got to do an Italian job for a year. And I did that Italian job just to be out of the industry, to do something different. And it was about events, all things Italian. I even got to go to Italy and a villa in a vineyard in the middle of Verona. It was pretty cool, but it was fun. But it was just 1 year. And it was really that boss, which was awesome. I had an Italian boss, said to me, do what you know. And I took that time to explore. And I always felt there was a gap being in the field as a high-ranking leader with the corporate side. It's that corporate has a different, like their vision, their products, the company run, and in the field, they're about serving and helping the people in the field. But the bottom line is they're both doing the same and they're both working just as hard. But in the field, I always felt there was the gap. And so I thought that now that I'm not desperate in the field, I'd like to try some new challenges, growth, make an impact. I decided to go corporate, and I did. I got to be blessed to do corporate. I was with Sapology in Canada for 1 year, and then I got to be with Youngevity for 6 years. And what I wanted to share about that is I have never seen so many people so committed to the field, the products, and looking after our passions, and the field getting all the recognition, not the corporate. They truly do that because they want to. And that was a really great season for me. But it wasn't the same for the freedom and the flexibility. And it came last year that I really wanted to go to Bali. I wanted to go to New Zealand. I wanted to do more traveling and less responsibilities as far as those commitments. And I thought I could do both, but the decision between us and Youngevity was that to give myself that time to go and explore in those 6 months. And when I was done to come back. But what I discovered in those 6 months is that I really want that freedom again. I am a Grammy now of 5 grandbabies, and making an impact and that flexibility really matters. So Grammy life definitely allowed me to reevaluate. And these last 6 months, I got to travel. I've been house sitting. I'm currently in a house right now with 2 dogs, 2 beautiful boxers. They're actually hiding right now. Gorgeous, full of life and beans. And just again, it's allowing me to have some new adventures. We're exploring new areas. Brendan, my partner, and myself are looking for a property. We want a big property so I can garden and have a lemon orchard. And so this is allowing us to explore the locations of where we want to be. And so it really sat down while I was in the last 5 weeks up in Avington Station, a 10,000 acre property. I got to just really connect and breathe and just really see where my passions lie. And honestly, I already know it's health. I already know it's nature's gifts. and our body can heal itself when you give it the right ingredients. I'm passionate about the industry. I want to see this industry succeed. I want to see women succeed. I want to see young families succeed. And I have a voice, and I've really taken this profession as something quite serious. And so that's why I decided not only field, but, I want to be in the wellness space. And so because I have the longevity products, I just love their products. And I thought I'd look at other companies, look at other products, but I have to share a little bit of what I discovered. And that's where I wanted to share with you guys a few things. I've been able to be, when 55 years old, when you get to this age, you start to work out, you really know what your values are, and they haven't changed. I fiercely protect them. And that is and I call it the 5 F's. I fiercely protect my family, my fitness, my frame of mind, my future, my finances, and of course, my faith. And because I really fiercely protect it, it really helps me internalize where I want to go and what I want to do and who I want to do this. And because I know this industry is changing, I also know this industry does change people's lives. And even though that it is changing, I believe now more than ever before, there is more opportunity. And I want to be a part of that profession with integrity. And I also want to be able to show people that this is the place to be. Right now, we do have companies that have been closing down, but others are growing. And that is what is exciting. I really believe it is a cleansing. It is a weeding. Everybody was hopping on a new company, a new network market, a new wellness company. But what you're finding is a cleansing. And those that have the solidity, the backing, the integrity, the commitment, you're going to start seeing really shine. And so that's why I really wanted to share with you guys, be speaking from the heart, why I really love this industry. And if I say network marketing or direct selling, what is the difference? And really, network marketing really is selling gorgeous products at wholesale, having an auto ship subscription, selling the opportunity, and direct selling is really focused on selling the product, building your business, selling the product, making money on just the product. And you can still make money building a team, but the focuses are a little bit different. And so it doesn't mean one's better than the other. It's just what fits for you. And so for me is I love both. And so this is where I really want to talk about with you. I believe this industry, and that's where I'll say the industry is a really great equalizer. It doesn't matter what your background is, your age, your education, or your resume. If you honestly are coachable, consistent, and committed, you can build a life by design. And that's what I get so excited about. I have created the life by design. And I'm not saying my life has been rosy. It has definitely had its challenges, but I have always remained to have an attitude of gratitude, be grateful, believe in the process, and know that there's magic around the corner if you know you are doing your personal best. And that is connecting and communicating and being consistent in the right community. I really feel that I am living proof that this industry works. I have been able, from corporate to field, been able to maintain a 6-figure income the entire career of over 30 years. And I was a single mom of 4 children. And this industry really gave me not only the freedom and the flexibility, but to be able to raise my children and be a role model to them that they can do, be, and have anything they've ever dreamed of. And that comes with what I love about it is the personal development journey that you have with the compensation plan. And so really, I am actually starting from ground zero because I have no longer any incomes coming in other than my own personal investments. And so I get to start from scratch. And so I get to grow, I get to stretch and evolve. And that is the beautiful things about personal development. And I love it because this industry is low risk and high reward. I honestly could open a business and buy a location and set up the infrastructure. But the amount of investment, storefront, inventory, and again, not knowing who's going to show up in this business, it's wonderful that you can show up, step up, and find a way to stand out. And that's where I really want to be a part of that. The nice thing is this community and collaboration. It's amazing because there's no competition. You never stand alone. You get to help and cheer people on. And you get to have a mentor. And this is the amazing thing, that's what makes this industry so powerful, and is being able to have a mentor coach you and show you the way. As well as this model is actually built for now in a world that's actually craving time and freedom, impact and purpose. The direct selling model, it's no longer old school, it's actually future school. And I really believe that this world is ready. And because the wellness industry is exploding, with Robert Kennedy Jr. taking on making America great, making Australia great, and hey, even making Canada great, I think it all impacts us. People are more skeptical, more knowledgeable, and more interested in whole body wellness, alternative, nature's gifts, to nurture and nourish the body. And so I really believe that we're at the right place at the right time with the right people, without sounding too corny. But I do know this industry has its challenges. And so I actually created a document on industry challenges, and that we do recognize that there are challenges in this industry. And I won't go through them all, but I'll just give you an idea. One is market saturation and, say, brand confusion. There are so many products, there are so many companies, and consumers are incredibly overwhelmed. And that's why we have the opportunity to differentiate ourselves from other brands by the core values of what Youngevity has to stand for, with having Dr. Wallach, over 50 years of science, the 90 for life of giving your body the plant-based raw materials to do what its body does best, and that is to be 100% better. And so there's, just even social media fatigue, but success in that really comes from you being authentic, creative, and consistent. And that's what I love. I come from old school, where it was the cookie cutter approach. Just do this, this, and this, and you'll succeed. And it's not like that anymore. But in saying that, here's why I joined Youngevity, or I shouldn't say, I've been Youngevity products now for 7 years, but here's why I chose it, Youngevity, and the passion projects that I want to be a part of. Let's just say I did some research. I just thought, hand on heart, I really wanted to compare products, other companies, other people, plans. And that's probably because I've been challenged by other people looking at other companies and would come to me and say things or ask questions. And so I really wanted to do my own due diligence. And for years, I've actually had my own checklist. When people came to me, especially being Australia, from North America, whenever a company wanted to open up in Australia, somebody would contact me. I know you're in Australia, you have this new company. What's your thoughts? And maybe they're trying to recruit me. But I always kind of gave them a little bit of a checklist. So I actually put that checklist on a PDF. So I have that for those of you that are interested in my company checklist. But I always kind of come down to things that I said is, what are your passions? What kind of projects do you want to be a part of? What products, light your passion? Who are the people that are in the company? And does the plan have a really good getting started program with minimal investment and a generous compensation plan? And so for me, the passion is helping families become high vibe humans, through whole body wellness, through natural, holistic, alternative approaches, with using nature's gifts and to make your body amazing. Like, I am very passionate about that. I'm 55 years old. I am now pain-free, med-free. I certainly haven't had to experience any of the menopause like loads of my friends have had to experience. And I'm not saying that's just because of what I have done, but I have to say that I have just taken a huge passion, and I just love to share the things that I do about that. People in my inner circle, my inner family and friends that I have been able to help out over the years. I just love the stories, and I love the difference that it has made. Some of the projects that I'm actually excited about, again, Youngevity has like its own online health food store with loads of different products. And so I just love it that as my passions change, I can change the products that I promote. And right now, right now, I'm incredibly passionate about my hydration, nutrition, low tox living. But being able to really educate people. Like I created a fasting guide around, the benefits of different types of fasting, the benefits of fasting, and the products to support you through your fasting, through your circadian rhythm, through your cycle, whether you're perimenopause or in postmenopause. And so these are some projects that I've gotten very excited, and Longevity products are able to support me. I'm excited about doing workshops, much like wellness workshops on whole body wellness. And I just love mentoring. And so I'm creating a nice mentoring program for those of you that are ready for your next chapter. And so why the Longevity products? Well, first of all, we have a 90 for life system, which is simple. And, more and more people are getting bombarded with different vitamins and minerals, amino acids and essential fatty acids that they should be taking. And so people go and look and buy that one product, and all of a sudden their cupboards are full and loaded of different vitamins and minerals. And so, Longevity has such a simple system with 3 products that has 90 of the minerals and nutrients in it, morning, afternoon, and evening, keeping health and wellness super simple. But also the fact that they have the targeted nutrition. They got plant-based nutrition. And educating people that not all supplements are equal. More and more people are taking supplements, but more and more the big pharma are buying up supplement companies and doing things to it that are not ethical. We are results driven. Longevity is results driven. I just had a text from one of my bookkeeper for the last 20 years who finally got on the products because her gut issues were just so bad, so terrible. And we got her on the Longevity products, and I just a simple system, and we just tweaked it along the way. And I got a text saying, Tracy, I'm just loving this body balance. My gut has never been so better. And she's 70 years old. So you can imagine, you're at the right place when you do this. But when I started looking at other companies, I took some key products. Collagen's trending. And I went and used ChatGPT as an AI tool. And ChatGPT, I actually put, what is the ingredient profile of Longevity's collagen peptides? And what are the benefits? And can you please compare it? And I gave it some other top brands that I feel are really go out there and make a big voice about the collagen. And I got this report that actually showed that Longevity's collagen peptides was not only 5-star, it was the top of the reviews, and the other companies had 3 stars and 4 stars. And these are companies that I really actively looked at their products. I also looked at protein shakes, because I know protein shakes more and more, especially as women, as we are getting older, and I know men as well, but protein is the big conversation, getting quality protein. I even put in the ChatGPT our protein powders, which we have a few to choose from. We have a protein powder bone broth that is really great for meal replacement. We have protein powder, which is really great for weight training, and we have a protein powder for vegans. And I got the ChatGPT to do the ingredient profile on that, and guess what? It came up as the best ingredients. Even our very own famous BTT, which is our multi-mineral vitamin complex, and it's probably the most complex multivitamin on the marketplace. Even Amazon rates it as the #1 multivitamin. And I did it with ChatGPT. So again, it's not that I needed this proof, because I already know, and Brenda already knew, we couldn't live without these products. And it's like, what would we take? And so I know that not only that it is results driven, medical nutrition, like the absorbency, potency, and purity is purpose aligned. And so that's another reason. It just happens to be a bonus. But the people in Longevity is that probably, again, is what comes down to. Dr. Wallach, nobody has Dr. Wallach, and you can do your research. There's even a Audacity Health, a documentary done on his 50 years of research and science of how he has researched that our bodies and what it needs to be 100% better and live longer, stronger, younger. But it is quite interesting that all these people that are now becoming quite famous entrepreneurs, or should I say influencers, Gary Brecker, other different top people, they all use the Dr. Wallach language and have been influenced by him. And so that's probably, I think, just his mission and his message has been important for me. But it hasn't just been them. The people, the field, they're so committed to his message, and they're so committed to their testimonies. And that's why I have done so many great interviews, to see the commitment of the people that are in the field with the products and the difference it's made in their lives and how they're sharing it. But again, it comes down to Steve Wallach and Michelle Wallach, the founders, is the son and daughter-in-law of Dr. Wallach, and their commitment and passion. And I see the day-to-day, the efforts and energy that they put in to the company. And Steve Wallach, he's humble and he's committed. And they just did a recording of him, Tom Chenault. If you go in my chat, you'll see there's a link. There was a recording done this morning of Tom Chenault, one of the leaders in longevity, but also has the longest leadership legacy radio show on the planet, and interviews leaders weekly. Interviewed Steve Wallach today. And if you really want to know about integrity and commitment to this industry, to the distributors and the products and his dad's mission, watch that video. But also the fact that here in Australia, New Zealand, I've got to work with one-on-one, and we're still friends. And she's here supporting me today. She is our country manager. She's head of operations. And since I've no longer been doing my part of the job, she is taking it on really well, doing things and showing and shining. And I'm super proud of her. But most importantly, her commitment to me and supporting me in the field. Why would I ever think to go anywhere? So it's really because of some of the things that she has done in the field to support you guys. Steve Wallach and Doc is why I have decided to stick with this fabulous community. I've actually even asked her to join the call today. I'll break it up. I'm not going to be much longer, but I'll break it up and definitely see. Joanne, if you're there, I would love for you to come on, maybe just share a few words about what's exciting going on right now, the time, maybe some new things that, you've been doing some new things. So if you'd like to share a little bit, that would be wonderful.
Yes, thanks, Tracy. One of the things I love about working with Longevity is hearing all the amazing stories that we hear from our distributors and testimonials that we hear, as Tracy said, and she's done lots of great interviews. Here in Auckland, on the North Shore, we have got a warehouse. We've got 2 warehouses, and we send the products from the orders that come into customer service, which is next door, and we send the products out. One of the main focuses that we have every day is making sure the products get out as quickly as possible. So we have one of our warehouse guys away today. So I am in the warehouse all day today, making sure that the day the orders come in, that the orders go out and they are picked up by the courier on the same day that your order is made. Another focus of my job is to make sure that we get the new products that Longevity are constantly bringing in, that we get them as quickly as possible. They've recently released a new shake, which is a chocolate mint shake that comes in its own individual servings. Some of you will have tried that, and hands down the tastiest shake that Longevity have produced for sure. 24 grams of protein, gluten-free, all the right things. Also, we've just introduced the Super Sexy with collagen sticks. So these are New Zealand black currants and a whole lot of other goodies, including collagen and other super fruits, the collagen types 1 and 2, and the muscadine grapes comes in a little sachet to make in your drink bottle, pop it in and go forward. Our CalMag new microbiome for your gut health. And another product we just brought in was our Z Radical liquid, which is a fucoidan extract, the highest concentrate fucoidan that you can get on the market. So very exciting. Thrilled that Tracy is going to stay with us. And yeah, we're friends regardless of this, but very excited to work with you and your team, Tracy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you and all that you do. And I'm glad that I got to experience life and working from both sides. And I know we'll continue to grow Longevity Down Under. So what I wanted to finish off with you guys is the opportunities. And number one is, yes, this industry trends, that there are more opportunities than ever before. And with growing pains in the industry, I know that there is massive movement going on. So I even created a flyer on industry trends. I definitely will share that with those of you that, have joined in on the call, that are part of wanting to grow with me. And learn more about making longevity great and big, no matter whether it's Australia, New Zealand, North America. But I know what it does take to succeed today, and I want to be a part of that. And that really is the authenticity of your own personal brand. It's also the willingness to want to learn and lead. That happens to be your daily method of operations, performing even on platforms like this, but also having a real passion for people and products. This business is about lifting people and creating a community. But also what it takes is having a guide, having a system. And I know that is where I get to come in and be that support and show you the way. I've also created a flyer or a document on the core skills that you need for the modern network marketing. And this gives you an opportunity to really take a deep dive and say, is this for me? Can I really see myself doing something like this? And that's what makes it so special, is that you get to create this around your passions, the projects you want to work with the people, and so you can prosper. And so why work with me? I guess this is where I really wanted to share. As I said before, I've been in the field for 23 years. I do have a corporate perspective. I even took the time to become a certified holistic health coach only because I was so passionate about health and nutrition. I made decisions about health and nutrition going 20 years ago, before now people are only talking about these things now. I am a true warrior, wellness warrior at heart. And I even created a Fighting for Better Health channel, as I shared. I'm working on and have the systems, the support, and the soul to help support you. I've also authored a book called The Unwrapped Leader, and it is to help business builders like yourself unwrap your gifts so you can be the gifted leader that you deserve to be. We have a podcast and a YouTube channel, and there's almost 100 episodes on there. So any challenge or support you need, I will have an episode that supports that. I even created a social media course, and I know that's what paralyzes a lot of people, is to go online, is social media. So I even myself, Tisha, and myself, who was one of my mentees, showed the success of, and she became my mentor, helping me with social media. But we have a social media course that helps you get more comfortable, more brave, and help you, master you becoming an MVP, meaning your missions, your values, and your purpose in this business. But I even have an Unwrap Your Brand masterclass, so you can help work out what your voice is, your values, and your vision, and how you want to take that to the marketplace. So those of you that actually work with me, it's all completely free, get all access to those sort of things. As well as I'm creating a community of wellness warriors that are fighting for better health, whatever that looks like. And I already have a small team of experts already. One of the people on my team, her name is Maria, and she's even on this call here today, and you'll see her sharing. She's now stepping up and standing out with her own social media and really crafting her brand. She is a criminal lawyer in Russia to now living in Australia as a certified holistic health coach. We got same passions. She helps women 35 plus, perimenopause, postmenopause. We even have on our team our beauty boss babe, which is Tennille. She's a beauty therapist, and she's really helping women hack hormones. Even on our team, we have our own mama bear with kids health, and she's a certified holistic health coach, Annalise. So as you can see, our team is growing. We even have Low Tox Living Diva up in the Mary Valley, and her husband, who is creating fantastic ebooks around fighting for better health. So we're already got a community growing that is willing to fight for better health. Other things that I'm working on is like a 5-week wellness workshop series that you get to be a part of, a 5-day challenge, as well as there's the fasting guide to help reset your entire system in a detox program, all with a simple onboarding program to help you get started. And how you get started, first step is to just really book a call with me so we can work out what your health and your wealth, or should I say what your pain points are. So as I share with you guys, are you ready for your next chapter? I really want to help you get clear on your passions, your gifts, and really help you make the impact that you have the opportunity to. This is your personal invitation. Saying your personal invitation to join a movement, not just a company, but a movement for health, hope, and whole body wellness. So are you ready? What's next? Okay. Well, before we wrap this up, I really want to offer you something of real value. And no matter where you are on your journey, I know, because I know there are 3 types of people. Let me just actually mute. I think we got some feedback here. Oh, there we go. I just muted. I think they just must have forgot. Okay. This is my closing with a drum roll. So I want to really make sure I capture this for you. Okay, so before we wrap this up, here are 3 types of people. There are the watchers. So you may be here soaking this all in, maybe even feeling inspired, but not quite ready to jump in. And I want you to know that's okay. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fighting for Better Health. And there'll be more powerful episodes. And if you are the watcher and you just want to be scrolling, you can go to Instagram. I do have an Instagram account called High Vibe Humans, and you can actually get your daily dose of truth, wellness, and positivity. Maybe number 2, you're the walker. You are ready to take some small steps. Maybe you're feeling the nudge to shift your health, your mindset, and even your money story. And that's where I would recommend booking a free health and wellness evaluation. And you'll get 4 clear steps to help you get started out of your physical and financial pain. But if you're a runner and now is your time and you're done waiting and you're craving for more and you're ready to fully step into your next chapter, I'm going to invite you to join me for what I've called the Ignite Your Next Chapter Challenge. And it is a 5-day journey to reignite your purpose, your passion, and your potential. And it'll be hosted by me, and it's going to be inside a private Wellness Warrior community on Facebook. And I'm just going to do it over 5 days. And each day I'll be doing like a recording like this live, so you can join in or watch the actual recording. And each day will be a topic. There'll be some tips and there'll be some small homework, and it'll help you craft and align your next chapter in working together. And it's free to join, okay? But all you would need to do is be willing to commit to me for 90 days with your own whole your own 90 for life whole body wellness system that I would actually customize for you to get results. So you get a simple system to track your own wellness. You get coaching and support from me, and you get to be in a community of wellness warriors. I will help you with tools to transform your health and your life. So this is no pressure. This is no pitch. It's really just an opportunity to be empowered and supported and be seen, because your next chapter matters, and I really believe in you. So whether you're a watcher, a walker, or a runner, I want to thank you for being here. Let's keep growing and glowing together and going after what life deserves. So if you are here on this call, please just drop a comment, whether you are a watcher, a walker, or a runner. I'm going to close this call off, but to let you know that when you actually exit from this call, you're going to get my link tree, so you can connect with me any way you want. And when you connect with me, I will send you an actual link that will allow you to do your health and wellness evaluation together. So I want to thank you for taking the time, exploring, and be a part of my next chapter, so we can work on your next chapter together. So I just really want to say thank you so much.